Hey, what's up guys, this is Reapers1997 and I'm back with another tutorial. Now, in this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to fix a couple of problems in Unity3D. Those who watch Eteeski Tutorials, FPS1 tutorials, you'll find out that some who get up to FPS 1.8 will get a really weird problem, and that will mean like the gun is rotated the wrong way when you play the game. It's just generally rotated the wrong way when you import it into Unity. The gun is in a position that you do not like. So I'm going to be going over this. I'm going to be teaching you. Well, this tutorial is going to be teaching you how to fix those type of problems. I'm just gonna quickly position my gun first. There we go. So now, I'll show you what I mean. So when I play the game, it's in a really weird position. And if you've watched FPS 1.8, you realize that Eteeski Tutorials only does two variables, which is hold side and hold height. So that's hold height means you can move up and down. Hold side means you can move it left and right. But so yeah, when we aim, we've got a really problem. Also, the gun's sitting down there and you can't really move it. So to fix that, what you want to do is yeah. Hang on. Yeah. So to fix that problem, what you want to do is we'll start off with the rotation, meaning your gun rotated the other way. You want to make sure that you want to make sure that this blue arrow is pointing this way. If the blue arrow is pointing that way, then it's not going. Then your gun is going to be rotated the other way. And also, when you're trying to rotate, because if your gun is rotated the other way around, if your gun is rotated the other way around, and you want to I'll say it again. So let's just say that your gun's rotation is 0, 0, 0 on all the axes, but your gun is still rotated the other way. So what we can do is, if you want to rotate it so it's facing the way we want it, what you want to do is you want to select all the game objects that are inside the parent, drag them out, and then make sure you got all of them selected. Just make sure you got all the game objects that are selected that are parented child to the gun. What you do is you want to grab the rotation, and then you want to rotate it. See, and like for example, our gun was rotated that way, but our parent was our parent's arrow thing is pointing that way, which is a z-axis, and your gun's pointing that way. What you can do is you can select all them and rotate it. See? Rotate it, and it will fix your problem. If you have all these attached to the parent, and then you rotate the parent, it will affect all these, and it will affect the gun when in game. So yeah, I'm just gonna quickly do something. Just gonna quickly rotate it a bit more so that it's straight. So there we go. So what I'm going to do now is, once we finish that, we're going to drag them back into the MP7, which is the weapon I'm currently holding. And now, when we play the game, the gun will be rotated in a different way, if you had followed these steps. But if you look, our gun is still in a very bad position. So to fix that, what you'll do is you'll do the same process again. Drag out all the game objects and drag them out so that the parent is only an empty game object. Well, it's not really empty, so it's just got a script, rigid body, and an animator. So what you want to do is you want to position the game object to where you think the gun would aim. And so right now, I'm going to drag this up a bit. moving a little bit. And then I position this, so that's where the orange side is, that's where that's the part you would look at. So yeah, right there. Yep, zoom out a bit more. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this back to around here, which is the back of the gun, because I find this is the best part for my gun to be. And once you've done that, what you'll do is you're going to grab everything that is outside the gun, well, you know, just the parts that are connected to the gun. So I'm going to grab the trigger, stock, sightlines, outside box, magazine, bullet spawn, bolt, and body. And now I'm going to drag them back to MP7 edited. And now if you watch carefully, when we play the game, it's in a better position. It's in a better position, but it's still down there. And also you want to make it. Also you want to move the gun forwards as well. I've added a couple of codes to the gun script. Well, it's just basically one, and I'll just change up the transform.position equals plus camera object dot transform dot position. You know, I've added a code to that script. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the gun script. Also, I'm just going to pause the video because what I develop takes a really long time to open on my computer. So yeah, I'll be right back in a minute. Alright, I'm back, and what I develop has loaded up. Now I'll just get rid of all these scripts. Yeah, what I develop has loaded up. So if you have watched FPS1.8, you won't have these codes, you won't have these codes, nor this code, neither these codes. Yeah, these codes. The codes you would have will be this code and this code, as well as the rotation speed. But I've added a code. Well, I've added two codes. Like one is a variable and one is editing the script, and I called that hold forward, which is var a variable, and I named it hold forward so that I can move my gun forwards and backwards, and I made it so it was a float so I can adjust it with a decimal place, because if I had this as an integer, it will position, each time I will move it, it will move back really far, but I want to make sure that it moves back a decimal place each time. So yeah, so once you've added this type of code, which is var hold forward colon float equals 0.5, then a semicolon. Once you added that, you want to go down until you find transform. Should be right here. Transform.position equals camera object dot transform dot position plus quaternion dot on, and yeah, so on and so forth. What you want to do is, those who watch FPS 1.8 tutorial, you'll see that you only have the hold side, hold height, and this part which is mostly set to and this which is mostly set to 0, and yeah, but because when you set it to 0, that means that the z-axis, and so if you want to position the gun forwards and backwards, you want to add this variable hold forward, which was the one we just added. So yeah, and so if you save, if you save it and then play the game, and if you just keep clicking on this, and if you keep clicking on the object, and if you keep clicking on the game object, you'll see you'll be able to position it. So I'm going to position this around here, and now those who have watched FPS 1.8, you know that you couldn't move the gun forward and backwards, but since we've added the hold forward variable in, we can move it backwards and forwards. So that is really good if because when I first done this, my gun was way up forward because that was because I had the parent like way back here, but the gun was like way up here. So yeah, so you want to make sure to position your gun perfect. So I'm gonna position this again. And yeah, so what I do is the hold height is 0.02.221. So I'm gonna do this, so 0.02, 0.2 and 0.21. And yeah. Let's drag this back a bit. Now when I play my game, my gun should be in a whole lot better position. See, it's in a whole lot better position, and when I aim, it's in a good position. But if you look, the iron sights is the iron sights is not in the middle. So yeah, you just do the same thing as where you would take out all the trials and take out the parent, and then reposition the parent, and then apply it back again. So yeah, that is all for this video, guys. I know I hope it is a big help. I apologize I spoke really fast, and also I apologize if you couldn't understand me properly. Since this is my first video on about Unity3D. So this video was to teach you about how to fix a problem on the Eteeski Tutorials videos, which is this FPS1.8 one. So yeah, that was what this video was to teach you about. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and if this helped, yeah, please leave a like and comment. Also, if you have any other problems, or if problems still exist, or if you have any other problems, comment below and make sure you add the code beneath, and I'll see if I can fix it. So yeah, this is Reaper 1907, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and see you later.